Hey everyone, it's Ryan Miller from Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here, back for another live Thursday episode. And as this year keeps going on, we just keep getting great guests. Now, these are two people that have never been on the show, but one of them, Roy, is somebody that I've actually been in contact with for the last several months here. He's watched the show. We talked, we wanted to get him on the show, and the other one's just somebody that's a huge pleasure for me to meet as he runs the Opus X Society. We'll get into that here in a minute, but want to give a quick shout out to all my show sponsors. We have Drew Estate, we have Smokin' Cigars, we have K by Karen Berger, we've got Christoph Cigars, BAMP Cigars, Badass Motherfucker Cigars is what that stands for. We also have New Air Humidors, and we also have Pikes Peak. Now, tonight we're going to be drinking the Pikes Peak Hillshine, which is aged in Scotch barrels. I'm going to see how that goes with the Lefroy. I really want a Scotch. I've got this, which is fantastic. So I'm really hoping that the little bit of a Scotchiness to this specific Hillshine will go really, really well and complement the cigar. Tonight, I will be smoking. Thank you so much to good friend and partner Tony for being so kind to to gift me a Fuente Opus X. So I'm going to be smoking that on the show tonight, and we're going to find out what the rest of them are smoking. But before we do, if you are in the Colorado area, we only have a little bit of tickets left. If you are in the Colorado area, please take a second, jump over to eventbrite.com and buy tickets for our big fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House Charities. $150 a person, minimum of 5 cigars, hopefully going to be adding more Fat Man appetizers since I picked them, which is egg rolls, pot stickers, tacos, and sliders. We also have open bar with the purchase of a ticket for wine. We just have a great wine list set up as well. We just got information on that today. We're going to have Axe and Oak there, potentially a few other brands for spirits as well. Coffee, Rocky Mountain Soda Company doing all of our soda. We're going to be doing a commemorative challenge coin that's going to double as a Glencairn topper, and I will show that here in a second, with live music and live and silent auctions. Now, really quick, thank you and big shout out to all the brands partaking in this so far, which is Sagrado, which is a local cigar manufacturer out of Colorado. We have Rockefeller Cigars, McAuliffe Cigars, Asylum 13, CLE Aroa, BAMP Cigars, Perdomo, Big Sky Cigars, Oliva. We also have Christoph, Cafe 1901, Gurkha, Altidus, CAO, K by Karen Berger, and I think a few more are sending stuff in. So if you're looking for an absolutely fantastic event, please jump over to eventbrite.com now. Buy a ticket from any of the lounges that have them left over. They're all the same ticket. Buy parking and show up for a fantastic venue called Dunafon Castle, just west of Morrison, Colorado. It's an actual castle. This thing is absolutely stunning. And the property, we have the whole thing. It's fantastic. This is, in fact, the coin that my good friend Jerome Barry over at Iconic Smokers made for us, and they're all going to be labeled 1 of 100. And this is the backside to symbolize all the lounges and this show for partaking in this charity. Now, as you can see, we also do have custom-made glasses for the charity as well. Really cool thing is the coin doubles as a Glencairn topper. So you're going to be able to get everything that I'm talking about here, plus open bar, appetizers, and everything else, $150. And everything goes to Ronald McDonald House Charity. So enough blathering on by me. Let's go ahead and bring in why everybody's here, because it sure as shit ain't because I'm here. Nobody shows up when I do a show alone, but when I bring in great, cool guests like I'm about to do, everybody loves showing up. So let's see here. We have Roy Viera, and we have Manny Iriarte from Opus X
How are you,
Society.
Marco?
How are you guys doing?
Thank you,
What's going on,
Ryan.
Ryan?
Thank you. You have me very right.
Absolutely. Are you inside?
Yeah, I put inside your Wi-Fi internet something.
Awesome,
Cool.
awesome. So
Thank
let's
you.
kind of kick this off a little bit, and let's go ahead, Manny or Roy. Opus X Society. You guys have been around for a little over a year now. How did this even start? How did you? I know, Manny, you have been very, very big figure in the cigar world with photography and artists as well. I watched a 12-year-old video of you and Matt Booth when Matt Booth doesn't even look like Matt Booth. It was like an 8-minute video I found on YouTube. So you've been in this world quite a while. How did the Opus X Society come about? How did it start?
Ryan, first for having this radio and man team, very cool. And I just received a call from Kat because he wanted to try to talk to me. Send the link to him. Okay, he just so started Opus X Society. After working for a year, I started working in 2007. So I'm 34.
Hey Manny,
companies.
Manny, real quick. We're still getting sound issues with you. We're missing every other word. Roy, is that happening with you?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right, so Roy seems to be going well. Manny, if you have a plug-in headset, that will be no, Bruce. This time it's not on my side. Okay, and Roy's coming across nice and clear. How you doing,
yeah, but
Bruce?
I'm going in and out here too. Give me 1 second.
Hey, Ish. Danny, my brother from 505 Cigar Review. Danny and I do a live Tuesday show on Instagram called Raw Cigar Reviews. Definitely check in for that. Bruce. Michael Martin, excited to have you at that charity event as well. All right, say something now, Manny. All right, well, while he's playing around with it, Roy, can you kind of pick up where Manny was at with that?
Yeah, we had
start?
like I was telling you prior to the show, our first year anniversary was at the PCA. We were thrilled at the turnout that we had at the PCA. But you got to be honest with ourselves. That was really our first year anniversary because COVID took a nice little chunk of our startup away from us, like it did everybody else. So that was this year's PCA kind of was a big deal, having it being our first year anniversary. So same thing for me and same thing for a lot of the people in our group because it was our first time there. So we brought up a whole lot of new products and whatnot. So very excited with the actual turnout of the show and how far we've come as a group. Manny, I'm sure will come on now. We'll tell you that, like you said, he's been around for a long time as a photographer. Sold his first picture with me, which was a big honor for me and stuff like that. And it was at a shop. And that's how he pretty much started. But his relationship with Carlito has gone a long way.
So Manny, go back, since we're gonna just try your speaker on your computer. Just go back inside your sound settings, the gear on the bottom, and just put everything to default. And then let's try if we can use your speakers on that.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a very special guest that just hopped aboard on the right side.
What? Where?
We have a special hello.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Carlito! Oh man! Wow, Carlito, you're watching the show. I can't believe it. Fantastic cigar. No, thank you so much for jumping on, Carlito. That truly means a lot that you watch. Hey, Manny, do you have a plug-in headset? Okay, so go to the top and turn your Bluetooth off on your computer. Just shut all your Bluetooth down and then see if we can't get in using the speaker. When you go to the gear at the bottom, you should be able to see audio input and output. You got to select max speakers for audio input and output inside the gear at the bottom. So, oh yeah, I'm sure they did. Manny's got a lot of pizzazz in this industry.
We were really proud about our new stuff that we brought aboard. It was a big hit at the show. Like I said, we brought in a team of people that were sure going to delight, make sure that everybody that did show up was treated with respect and with kindness, and was given an idea of who we are and what we want to do in this industry moving forward, which is bring, pizzazz, bring a different type of quality product to the game. Kind of a little twist, but it's got the Manny Iriarte name all over it and his vision all over it. And all you got to do is basically walk by our booth and you can tell he had his hands on everything that was there. It's incredible.
Well, I going through your site, I mean, you guys have absolutely just amazing products. And I know you had sent over some glasses for tonight, but because of shipping and what's going on in the world right now, it just didn't get here in time, and I'm sorry about that. But they have
so are we.
Fantastic merchandise over there at the Opus X Society, from full leather bags, travel bags, beautiful ashtrays, lighters, glasses. So how do you guys choose? Well, let's dive into you a little bit, Roy, here.
Well, before you say something, those glasses that you're getting are not just any rock glasses. These glasses that you're going to get, those are a new design. We had one prior that sold out completely, and Manny wanted to keep that flavor fresh. Wanted to bring in a new design. These glasses that you're going to get are a special crystal. They're from Stasel, Germany, one of the oldest companies in the world for crystal. So you're getting the real deal. So it comes in a set of 2. The packaging is absolutely stunning. You're going to get the whole experience that a patron would get. So I hope you enjoy it.
I'm blown away, man. That is going to sit in the back of my show. I'm going to use it every single time I smoke an Opus. And I'm blown away, dude.
We're really proud of it.
You should be. And they're absolutely stunning. I want to kind of get into a little bit on your background, Roy. So you've had an extensive business career throughout before ever even coming into the Opus X Society. So kind of walk us through what your credentials are, what brought you into this world, how did you manage to meet Manny, and kind of how did that relationship build?
Oh man, that's one of my, I love that question. I had nothing, I was not in this industry at all. I was his friend for over 20 years. I was a fan of his for over 20 years. We got together because both of our ex-wives used to work with each other. They were both teachers. And we met. Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
My third time. Okay,
so we met that way, and we've kind of been together ever since. But I worked in the insurance industry for over 30 years. I did sales there my whole life, and every aspect of the insurance industry. That's where I met my current wife. And I went one day last year on vacation to Manny Iriarte Enterprises just to visit my friend, say hello, and see how he was doing. And I was amazed by the warehouse and all the beautiful products that he had, which are now 90% of them are sold out. That the ones that I saw, and I told him that he was doing a great job. And all of a sudden, I'm asked a question, and would I be interested? A hypothetical question, and I was blown away. I was honored, and I never thought in a million years, because like the folks that we just hired, I was a Fuente fanatic prior to everything that has to do with that brand. Every cigar, I mean, I got the King Bee with me now. Every cigar. So I was a fan of theirs first. And obviously, Manny, with all the work he's done, it was kind of an easy fit. So I said yes. I didn't take too long to think about it, and the rest is pretty much history. So this PCA was my first Vegas trip ever. So I'm honored to be on his team, because he is definitely one of a kind, and it's just the beginning.
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
nice.
Don't talk.
So Manny, now that we can hear you, what are you smoking, and why did you go with Roy? Let's start there. Let's really put you on the spotlight.
I smoking favorite cigar allowed to smoke. I'm going straight to the money work with Galito. I have a chance to that mystery of the factory, that cigar right there. So it's a raw Opus X 20 years. Some people call it, but this is my favorite cigar. So like you and you guys, I have to smoke. Roy, people get impressed. You heard me very well? You heard me? You don't hear me?
Yeah, you're coming.
It goes in and
across.
out.
So here's what we do. Pull your AirPods and just try to use your computer speakers only. So now that we actually have you connected, once you pull those AirPods, it should go. Can you still hear us?
Let's see.
That's much better, I think.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
can you
say
hear us?
something.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is a little bit of a delay. I don't know what. I don't know why there's a delay. Hey, Manny, take out your cell phone. Click the link in the email on your cell phone and just use your cell. For some reason, cell phones sometimes work better. You're using a Chrome. Are you? Yeah, you're using Chrome, right? Or are you using Safari?
Chrome.
Okay. So go ahead and use it. Get on your cell phone. Click the link I sent you in that email, and let's go through your cell phone, because there's just must be an issue with your MacBook using Chrome, which is easy enough to fix.
I started using.
You started on your phone.
Second.
So, but anyways, Roy, so he asked you, so you're in the insurance world, you're successful in there, friends for 20 years. He asks you to jump ship and come over. There wasn't much hesitation on your part. Why?
Well, there was a little hesitation, only because I'm very loyal. The company that I used to work for, I still have a great relationship with. As a matter of fact, when I went to Michigan for our Cars and Cigars event, one of the first things I did was pass by and say hello. I basically, I'm not going to say I grew up with these guys, but I spent a large portion of my life with them. Why wasn't it a hesitation? I mean, the answer is easy. I mean, I've been watching Manny, like I said, for over, as long as I've been watching him, and just the work that he does. And he knows that I don't blow smoke. So just because he's on the screen doesn't mean anything. He's just down.
Good.
He's just downright talented. And one of the things that freaked me out the most is I was at his house one day. I was already aboard, and I tossed him an idea. And next thing I know, he's whipping out that idea in less than 24 hours. And it's absolutely mind blowing how his mind works. It's just a different level. His creativity is off the charts, and I love that. And this is a definitely a new company, but an up and coming company, and a company that knows exactly what we want, and it has no ceiling. It just has no ceiling. So the thought process was very easy. A little upsetting because I left guys that I was with for a long time, but I trust in who we have. Leaderboard with Manny, with Dave as well. Everybody that we have from top to bottom, and now with our team being complete as it is, we're thrilled. And like I said, the PCA was just an absolute. That's the way to start. And it was my first time, and I was so thrilled to be there. It was a success, no matter how you look at it.
Well, I just wanted to let you know, a good friend of mine, Sean, by the way, this is who's the Smoking Cave owner, by the way, that we were talking about off air. So I think I got you now, Manny.
You hear me?
There's a
It
little
has
delay,
a little bit
but
of a
that's
delay,
okay.
yeah.
But that's
we can hear
okay.
you.
I don't know what's going on. So
You're at least
sorry,
coming
guys.
through. No, you're totally
I
fine.
you.
Yeah, nope, not a problem at all. Technology's a bitch when it doesn't work, and it's great when it does. So it just is what it is. I've done enough of these live shows now. You just kind of work your way through it, and it helps that Roy's coming across. He knows the story very, very well as well. So
I'm actually surprised because I'm not really technologically savvy. So this is kind of interesting for me.
So how did you meet Manny? How did that relationship start 20 years ago?
Well, his ex-wife and my ex-wife used to work with each other. They were both school teachers. And Manny being a photographer, I was a sports photographer. I guess they showed each other our work, and next thing I know, he's coming to my house. I'm going to his house. The cool thing about it is that he smoked his very first cigar in my house at our pool with my dogs. So that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah. So I'll never forget that day as long as I live. I know exactly what we were smoking. I know exactly where we were, what our dogs were doing, everything.
What was
so
the
it was
smoking?
a cool moment.
Yes, that's much better. Yep, old school technology.
Manny, do you remember what we were smoking? That first day, that first night?
Sorry. 20 years ago?
Yes.
Years ago, we were in the swimming pool next to the swimming park, and we are puros
Yes.
Indios cigars. Right.
What was
Do
it,
you remember
Roy?
that cigar? The cigar was named Puros Indios. Do you remember that? Do you remember that stick?
No, I do not.
This is a brick and mortar that was in Miami a long time ago, and that's where we bought that cigar. And that cigar, was my everyday smoke. And he came to my house, and I'm like, Manny, look what I have for you to smoke. Let's try this. And oddly enough, that was the first place I believe that he sold his first picture to. Was the owner of that place. So that's how far we go back.
Your choice. I don't know. You heard me? You asked me before I started the Opus X Society. So in in 2008 years ago, 8, 9. So I was very aware of the brand, the X. I present after working with this, I present concept that the cigar relates. I wanted that Opus X lifestyle that people using, the people is related with the cigar, right? So I presented 2013, but it wasn't the time for Opus X. In the Opus X, who the time, the very first collaboration with the watchmaker in Switzerland. It wasn't the time. It was very powerful in the cigar industry. In cigar, but even internationally, worldwide recognized, open a lot of doors for Opus X beyond right there, started the Opus X Society concept. 2 years ago, Carlito finally we get together, try to go to real life, you know, the try. So we released Opus X Society with the very first year, and Roy joined the team in a year. In this, so I'm very, very totally excited what we do today, and we are the team. David Levy, in Miami. He started, and baseball. Troy bring those people to the team. Very, very, very fortunate. Back or the people crazy.
Hey, Manny, real quick, go on your cell phone, click on the link in your cell phone. Don't turn on any video, just turn on audio, and let's see if we can't get you in that way. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. We could hear you, but it's like every second or third word, and I really want to be respectful to you.
Send me the link.
It's on your email. It's in your email. Okay, I'll send it over right now. So Roy, if you can kind of digest a little bit of what he said and kind of restate that, so we don't miss that story.
He was talking about the team that we have between our president, Dave Levy, everybody at the office, and the philosophy that we had when they brought me aboard was to have folks that are for us. Have folks. My initial thought was I wanted somebody that wasn't in the industry. I wanted somebody that first and foremost was a lover of the Fuente brand, and then introducing them to our stuff was going to be easy. But lover of the Fuente brand to me was priority, because you want somebody that above and beyond was very passionate about the brand, very passionate about the stuff that we have, and had personality. So those two qualifications to me were the two most important. Passion, personality were the two most important. So Belkis came aboard. She was literally a school teacher. Uh, I can't even begin to tell you what I feel about this person. She is a breath of fresh air. She is just like personality personified. Everybody she meets loves her. I remember she came for the interview, and it was a Friday, and she got there at 4 o'clock. I believe she left at 7:45. It was an absolute amazing meeting.
Sorry,
Is he back
I
on?
just wanted to see if Manny, do we have you now? Say something, Manny.
You hear me
Oh,
now?
there you go. Yes, that is so much
You
better.
hear me?
Yes, that seems to be much, much better.
Fine.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so please continue, Roy.
Okay.
So that was Belkis, and she's been aboard now for a little bit. And then recently, Mike Taus was my guy in the Midwest. Like everybody here, a lover of the Fuente brand. This guy owns everything, smokes everything that has to do with Fuente, and he was buying our products before he was who he was. So he was an easy pick. Great personality as well. Did outstanding at the PCA. I wanted folks that pass by our booth to feel welcome, to get a taste of who we are, to get the 411 on who we are. And I believe this team is the right team to deliver that message to everybody. So, like I said, Mike and Belkis complement us very, very well. And so far, so good. And like I said, the sky is the limit.
So, Manny, when you were approached by the Godfather of cigars to kind of take on this endeavor with him, and he said, I wanted to give you the Opus keys, was it a tough thing to say yes to, or were you just chomping at the bit before you even finished the words?
No, the thing is, you have cool. You hear me now? You hear me good?
Yes, yes.
Okay. The thing is, I was the guy uncomfortable talking about me, but I may previously the design of Opus 20 years looks lighter, humidors, ashtray. Also working Hublot watches, uh, allowed to know how so it was a little easy to understand every single project, because even that I tried to put everything together with a little before in projects. You hear me?
Yep.
So a dream when after 8 years the concept with him told me now is the moment. Now our of Opus X. So it was extremely, don't get me wrong, it was extremely happy. Time I was so very, very inside. It's like like so I was when I signed it was an amazing feeling. Of course, I know Opus X very well, so
Well, I can't get over that Lancero you're smoking. It just looks so deliciously good. As a Lancero guy myself, that is a beautiful looking cigar. Uh, Absolutely a stunning looking
to you,
cigar.
I'm gonna send it to you. Okay, I'm gonna send to you a couple stick.
I appreciate it. Sean, you're not getting any. No, I'm just kidding, Sean. So, okay, Manny, you've been in this. You've been in this industry now for quite some time. You're well known across the board. You shot videos for various organizations, manufacturers years ago. Um, where along your way do you feel you were like, I think I'm just going to be a brand owner and part of this world? Like, how did you meet and build that relationship with Carlito and family?
2006, 2007, in this industry, in this beautiful industry, I work with every single next to you. The guy in another screen. Let me tell you something. You're doing a lot of things for companies, but you have to do for until that day. He told me that. Okay, it was true because he told me that. So I didn't take nothing for always working very hard. Every single name in the industry, I work very, very hard. My blood, I put my 150% in every single brand and in every single family. But we started becoming friends first. Becoming friends, Ryan, 2 years, almost do nothing, zero. So he know his family. We get to cruise on about the trumpet player, a guy Michael Bones. So we get to he pass by, and in the main industry. So he's started up my work with another brand. I was very training, very to that moment that when we are, and give me the chance, give me the opportunity to do a different thing, a different thing from the company, for the family. Started doing a photograph layout. This for the Carlito, and on the top of that, we are very good friends. Everything was very organic because of the another company. But we talk when you walk, knowing what is family of cigar is another thing. When you go to the farm, when you go very, very deep, see what are they doing for 100 more. You know the story. You know the grandfather came from Cuba. You know everything the senior made, all the ages of Carlito this is real shit. This is real. So you don't have to be a very knowledge to be a human being to become a fanatic of the family, of the history. Carlito and myself become a friend first, and then we are a very tight producing, creating team for Opus. So everything that you see in luxury, Carlito is inside too. Every single pieces, every single Carlito is inside of that, because the concept I create the 80-90%. I need his last. I need that. The rest is history. But it's price to work with him. It's price to work with Opus X.
Now we lost you.
No?
You do a lot of the creative design work of it, and then you present that to Carlito. You and Carlito brainstorm what to do, and then so when somebody buys from Opus X, they can feel confident that Carlito, or I should say, buys from Opus X Society.
Okay.
They can feel confident that everything in that Opus X Society has been blessed by Carlito before being made.
100%. Before made release.
So
In the
that's a
process,
big deal. That's a big deal because there's some brands that don't take that creative insight. They just would say, "Here, Manny, we trust you. You do you. Don't do us harm." But in reality, he gave that control to you, but still touches every single item that gets produced.
because we were training in that way from every single things. I visualize, but when I down, when I met, I had to call him. He give me the magic stuff, the magic touches that me and him, we finalized the item. But it's a fun process because always yes, I came out, I build idea, I designed it in the computer. When I call him, he always give me that touch because he create Opus X, create the X, he create meaning, he create everything. So for me, it's priceless feeling that he and I will create this beautiful created society around Opus X.
Correct.
So this is like that.
Well,
what
I think the Opus X is a symbolic symbol inside of the cigar community at this point. I mean, if and heaven forbid this would ever happen, but if Fuente cigars fell off the face of the planet for some reason, that Opus X brand will be forever symbolic inside the cigar community. So, Roy, what was it like when you met Carlito your first time, and was that like a, oh my gosh, I'm a cigar geek and I'm about ready to meet my Steve Jobs, like what was that like?
I got to tell you something, and not just for me. Now that I'm inside and now that I've seen him a million times, that's kind of like the way everybody, when they meet him for the first time, is like, you know, a kid in a candy store. You know, you meet that guy that you've looked up for so long. With me knowing Manny, I met him a long time ago. Oddly enough, ironically enough, at a red carpet Hublot event on Brickell. That was the first time I met him, and it was like meeting somebody that's so iconic. And but I gotta tell you something. He's so humble, so down to earth. He made that meeting so fluent. It was perfect. It was like poetry in motion. Then the next time I met him was, I believe, I had seen him multiple times, but the most important one was the first day I started. And it was an interesting day, man. And same thing, you meet this guy, and he is who he is, and you're like in awe. But he makes it so simple for you, you know. Take pictures with him. He takes pictures with everybody, autograph my box, autograph my cigars. He's just that guy, and so down to earth. And so meeting him was an absolute treat. And I've gotten my fair share of nice moments with him. Obviously, every time I see him is a nice moment, but one that will go down as long as I can remember is that my family and I were going through some troubling times, and my birthday, February 6th, I'm smoking Amor al Desierto, an Opus X Amor al Desierto that he gave me.
Which is the Dubai Opus X,
right? So I'm smoking it in my backyard with my wife in Texas. It's like 104 degrees outside, you know, no big deal. And all of a sudden, not to make a long story short, my phone rings, and caller ID, it's Carlito. So I pick up the phone, and he's like, "Papo, it's your birthday. Happy birthday." And I'm like, my jaw, I had to pick it up from the floor. And then finally, when I got, I'm like, "You're calling me on my birthday?" And he goes, "Of course, Papo, how you doing?" And then, but it's so loud that I went to go fix the volume on the phone, and he was on FaceTime. So I go, "Oh my God, you're on FaceTime." So it was literally one after the other. And I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me. You're calling me on FaceTime on my birthday." And he goes, "Of course, Papa, look, you look so good." And I'm like, "You look great." And I go, "You're not gonna believe what I'm smoking." And he goes, "You're probably smoking a Fuente." And I'm like, "Of course, but not just any Fuente." And I showed it to him. And that, I gotta tell you something, that's gotta go down as one of the coolest moments that I've spent with him. And let me tell you, there's been so many. But if I can describe him to anyone who's going to meet him for the first time, he's incredibly humble person, easy, very approachable, and just iconic. What can I say?
So I have never been privileged yet by meeting the Godfather, but I'm hoping that he can make it. And Carlito, if you're still watching, I hope you get to make it to Cigar Fest this year. But I will say I am friends with his sister Cynthia, and she actually came on my show with Amanda McAuliffe and Monica Foster. Amanda McAuliffe and the Caliph Cigars, and Monica Foster of JC Newman, and then Cynthia Fuente. What an amazing family. Like, I've never met Carlito, but I've met his sister. I know a little bit, or I know enough about Carlito to know that if he's anything like his sister is, which I know they're very similar, that I'm always just looking so forward to being able to meet Carlito. Cynthia is fantastic as a human being. Do you guys have any interaction with her inside the Opus X Society? Does she do, like, is there going to be a ladies Opus X line that she helps design?
That's a good question. This is the plan that I have for next year. She have a very interaction within the last that dinner of Opus X Society Tampa chapter here in the cathedral. with Angela. She was right there, support us 100%, and beautiful support from her. Of course, yeah. My plan for the next year for the ladies, of course, ladies.
Yeah, because that would be,
Everywhere.
I know she's a huge ambassador for women in cigars, and I know, that would be, I think, there's so much with the Opus X Society that could be done with just that brand Opus X. And I know my friend Sean, who's commented, who owns Smoking Cave Cigar Lounge. We always joke with him because he's got his Opus X's at his lounge that he sells are in a separate humidor. We always joke with him that that's his humidor. Because he smokes a lot of Opus X's and he loves them. In fact, he'll even tell you that the only cigar that he can really tell bandless what it is if somebody gives him an Opus X and tries to fool him. Because he just has that dialed in. So, Roy and Manny, your first year coming in under COVID, and Roy, maybe you can speak to this a little bit better. What was that like starting the Opus X Society under COVID? Now that we're coming out of it, did you guys hold stuff back at start, knowing that it was during COVID, and are now coming out with more? Or kind of what was that experience like to go through COVID versus now?
Well, I'm going to let Manny talk about that because he was there. I came after. So my first day was literally
Yes.
November 1st of last year.
Yeah.
So
okay.
he has more insight.
That's this project side of Carlito of Bless. It was for built for David Levy, my partner, and um, um, so we started this project. We in Miami, we opened the company. We do everything in February so far. February and next month COVID get it. So the doors when we open. So we keep doors closed 18 months without help.
Wow.
Any nothing. Sourcing, we have a lot of time. Every in the indoors work, get that moment searching sources, new sources for a lot of experience in manufacturing, of course, developing a lot of things in the past. But it's in my own. It's working for myself, right? For us. For everything born from China, everything from China. It's a 90 from China, 10% out of the China. We are so proud. COVID let us to search another sources, right? So we had time. We had sit down next to us, and we are now very proud. 75%, 80% is not China products. It's another country products. COVID is because COVID give it to us. That's things.
So then COVID kind of made you go with another, if I'm understanding you right, COVID forced you to go with another manufacturer outside of China. So when have you seen like a manufacturing quality difference?
you know what? Can go in every single week, every single day, if you, because they are in Central France, Colombia. You follow me? Germany. These I criticize China are a private company, right? Money. So like us, sometimes in Spanish, but it's more fluently the process. They send me WhatsApp, keeping communication constant. You are on the top of the quad, the top on every single step, prove very fast.
Sure.
It's not like a amount of time of that you can pass through China. Very comfortable to do. We bought every single French bread Epsom in France, and we sent to, right? So we are controlling. In Colombia is an hour. So we go to Colombia with them right there in the same factory in the city. So we check every single point. We are in control of the quality. The packaging, the Ryan is made in Colombia. Business in Colombia.
So what I'm hearing is that leaving China allowed you guys to not just help these other smaller countries with getting manufacturing and getting stuff made, but it also gave you the ability to be able to ready quick go to the manufacturers and inspect on the line as these bags or as these leather goods are rolling off the line. You guys can actually do sight on quality control. Now that's a huge deal, right? Because when you get something made in China, go ahead.
Sorry for the interruption. When you are a boutique item, a boutique, very high end with name on it. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
This is priceless.
100%.
Of course. So remember, we don't produce a very large amount. We are always limited. Answering the question that you give me the beginning, every single I produced last year, we tried. Okay, my principle is make proud every year. I don't want to say limited edition. But it's done.
Yeah, so it's not limited edition, it's a run. It's a run. We have a run of 200 of these bags. It's not limited edition, but it's like with a cigar. I only have this much wrapper to make this cigar. It's not necessarily a limited edition. If I can get more of this, I'll make more, but right now it's a 200 run or a 300 run. So
sometimes I put numbers. Sometimes I put numbers. The ashtray, for example, this one.
That is gorgeous. Look at that. Hold that up. That is gorgeous. I have to hand it to you. I have cigar brand stuff everywhere in my room right now, but there's nothing like an Opus X ashtray. I know it sounds weird, right? It's this stuff that we put ash in, but us cigar guys look for it and we're like, you know what? If I'm going to stick my cigar in something, I want it to look nice. You know, Like I might be done with it,
Listen.
but I want it to look nice.
To think that there are people that buy these things and keep them without using them. They don't ash on them.
I know. Well, look behind me. I got the same thing right here. This is right there.
The one he just took out right now is El Amarillo, our yellow Opus X Society ashtray. It is Spanish porcelain, limited to 150 pieces only. So that one that he's holding up, we literally came out with 150 pieces, and it sold out so quickly.
Well, I'll tell you what. I am not a model, but if you guys ever need a larger figure to model a bag, to take a picture in front of, Manny, you want to come up and take the shine off my head and take a nice photo, dude, I'm your guy. I've literally been looking through your website and just the quality of the bags, the look of it. But literally, I say this to show you that, like, all the way down to the ash tray literally is a device to throw a cigar away in. Everything is as immaculate as the next.
Thank
there
you.
is nothing.
Down to the packaging.
Yeah, there is no. Guys, if you haven't checked out Opus X Society's website, there is nothing on there that remotely looks like any corners were cut. Like I said, from the ashtray to the whiskey glasses to the lighters to the key holders, all the way to the bags. I mean, they are absolutely fantastic. If my daughter was still a baby, I would have been like, I'll buy one of these bags to carry my daughter around in. They are that nice. I mean, they really, really are.
They're
great.
very popular. They're very popular.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic.
You know
but that's the quality, though.
We bought the Italian full grain and sent to Colombia. They give me 20, 30 a month. This is one by one. 30 a month. Every single time that duffel bag arrived to Miami, still like 2 days only, 1 day in sold out already. So this is a pricing, the feedback at the Recon people that know the best quality products. Every single around Opus X has to be first class. Jump into the cigar factory, Ryan. One day, if you don't go, everything that you go, follow the tour, and you see how by step by step, every single cigar, especially Opus X, now I about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it just goes to show that there's enough pride in what you guys do at Opus X Society as Carlito takes in the Opus X cigar itself. You know, you're looking at everything. So, Roy, would you, coming from the insurance world, now I want to kind of get into your sales side, because I always love talking to somebody else in the sales world. I'm really curious. When he brought you on and told you his plan, you guys probably drawn up my guess, knowing you're an insurance guy, you have a 3-month plan, a 6-month plan, a 12-month plan, a 3-year plan, and a 5-year plan, and in the long term. Because that's how I set up my insurance goals when I ran my own book of business through insurance too. So when he brought you in, what's some of the first steps that you take coming from a sales background somewhere different? What's some of the first things that you put in here from outside of the cigar world where you came from?
Not that it wasn't already there. Priority one, first and foremost for us, is the development and the assistance to the brick and mortar. The brick and mortar is 100% of importance to us. And it was priority number one for me when I walked in there. is all I wanted to do was promote the brick and mortar and support them as much as possible. And that's what we've done so far since I've been there, and even before. And I know just basically hearing Carlitos, how he talks in person and in podcasts that he does, the importance that the brick and mortar has to him, and the importance that the brick and mortar has to Manny, by default makes it 100% importance to me. One of the biggest highs that I get from a sales perspective, and I told this to the folks that we hired, is to be able to go into a brick and mortar with the products that you use faithfully every day, whether it be the duffel bags or the lighters, whatever. And to, while you're there showing the brick and mortar the product, telling them about it, the history of it, the quality, how to take care of it, the construction, you see patrons just walk in through the door, and you see just by your peripheral how they're looking at what you're talking about. One of the biggest highs for me is not only getting the brick and mortar on board with us, but to help the brick and mortar while I'm there sell the product without them having even ordered it. And that's happened on multiple times. As recent as our trip to Arizona, where a brick and mortar fell in love with the duffel bag because Belkis had one. And the wife of the owner just fell in love with the duffel bag. By the time we left that store, 3 duffel bags had been sold and they hadn't even ordered it. That's the type of thing that kind of gets me, excited. So the more I see that, the more I drill into everyone that the brick and mortar is 100% priority for us. It will continue to be priority for us moving forward, because that's pretty much what we believe in. And to answer your question, we do have a plan. The plan is to get our company out there as smoothly as possible and to as many hands as possible, because like I said, we're so young, and our first year anniversary, to be quite honest with you, was the PCA this year. And to me, that was our birthday party, our 1 year birthday party. Because COVID, like Manny explained previously, it took a big chunk of us. So once I got there, we were full throttle, for lack of a better word, very quickly, and to get our name out there as fast as possible. So do as many events as possible, and get our names out there as quickly as possible. And so much so that our original collection, the Arturo Fuente collection, is all but gone. The Don Carlos collection is gone. The Hemingway collection is gone. I believe we sold our last humidor at the PCA.
Oh, hold on. Nope, he's coming back.
Yeah. So like I said, at the PCA, can you guys still hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At the PCA, we sold our last Hemingway. So yes, we have a plan moving forward, and the plan is 100% brick and mortar. We're going to build additional things on our own website that are going to cater to the brick and mortar we're currently working on. We had a little bit of a hiccup this week with our health, but we're all back 100%, I hope, and move forward is all.
Now, Roy, if I know there is a was it a Casa Fuente in Las Vegas, right?
Oh yeah.
So are you guys going to be having a retail section inside of the Casa Fuentes? Is that going to be part of that?
Well, I'll tell you what, Casa Fuente, this was my first time to Las Vegas, not only the first time to the PCA. So I was harassing Manny almost hourly, and he could tell you that, he could vouch. I wanted to go to Casa Fuente at Caesar's Palace immediately, if not sooner. I mean, it's too many pictures I saw on Facebook. Everybody has gone, and Big Roy hasn't gone, so I had to go. And when I walked in, I was like, again, kid in a candy store. And the first thing I did was look for our stuff. And yes, they had our stuff, but they sold out like everybody else has. I think they only had a couple lighters left, but they already have our stuff in there. And what a beautiful place it is. It did not disappoint. It was awesome. And I not only did I go once, I went 3 times. So before our trip was over, I was there 3 times.
Yeah, Casa Fuente is I would love to be able to go down to the manufacturer, obviously to Carlito's place in the Dominican. Now,
That's the
I
next thing
do
I'm
want to
thinking.
ask Roy or Manny, is there ever in the landscape a specific Opus X cigar specifically for the Opus X Society, and kind of doing like, if you buy the bag, you can get the exclusive cigar to go with it? Or is there ever anything? Because I think that would be a lot of fun, right? You could only get this one opus if you buy from Opus Society. That's
Why?
it. I personally think that'd be fun.
Why 2 or 3?
Well, yeah, there you go. Well, you
No,
have as many as you
you know
want.
what? This is the from if we're gonna have our possible to tell you nothing now. We love to have, of course. This um, this is top have, but it's not 100%. But why my future vision are cigars. So let's see. Uh, we keep talking with the main guy.
I think
I
you
don't
know
know.
the right people to talk to. We'll just call it the
But
Opus
let's
X
see.
Manny.
Let's see. Yeah,
The Office. Oh my God.
to have the chance one day to the blend, because I'm very up to my palate. My palate. Right, nothing is possible in this life. To have this accomplishment for like you say, it's gonna be very hard. That's beautiful accessories. This is it's gonna be heaven. Let's see. Guys. If you ask Carlito, you. Well, let's see.
So Roy, as you're building this sales team for Opus X, and you're bringing in new people, again, the sales guy in me is very curious, as always. As I would expect you're a curious guy when you're talking to people too, just naturally. What have you done since coming in to kind of restructure the outreach, the marketing side, the sales side of Opus X Society?
Getting it out there as quickly as possible, using as many avenues as are available to us. But those avenues that are available to us have to follow a certain criteria. And that criteria I live by 100%. And that is to show love and passion for the brand by using the brand yourself. Um, you have to be able to go out there and believe in your product. If you don't believe in your product, then you don't have the right DNA to be on this team. And we have brokers that are part of our family as well, that believe in that DNA as well. But the new guys that we have, and they're part of the family. We are a family there. We all think alike. We all have the same goal. But they have to follow that DNA of passion. They have to show passion for the brand. They have to and believe it. Because that's in this industry, it's very hard. You can't fugazi your way through anything. You got to be the right way. And I'm like that. I've been like that my whole life. I don't blow up, but I don't blow smoke up anyone. I come across. You'll know how I feel the minute I walk into a room, and my people will do exactly the same way. promote our products because we believe in our products. We believe that our lighters are the best. We believe that our humidors are the best. And it's taken a life of its own. And the only thing is that we didn't have enough people out there to promote the product. And now that we do, the popularity is growing significantly. Adding close to 30 new stores at the PCA was ginormous for us.
Wow.
Yes.
Hold on. Let's touch on that really quick. Pause.
Yes.
30 new stores. So
close to 30 new stores we added just at the PCA, and that's not to mention what we did prior to the PCA. Because remember, as of the PCA this year, we're a year old. So before I came around last year, they had brought in, because of the popularity of the brand of the Don Carlos, the Hemingway, the Grand Reserve, they did very, very well last year, and they brought in a lot of new brick and mortars. But remember, everybody last year was a new brick and mortar. This year, we had the ability to bring on guys that were part of the Opus X Society, so they were buying again and ordering again our new products, which are absolutely sensational. And then we had the new guys that just walked by and like, who are these guys? And why do they have an Opus X on their logo? Who are these guys? But Manny in particular, his popularity because of his, collabs with Hublot and all this stuff, his popularity has taken off. So it's kind of a mix of everything and why we've been able to get out there as quick as we have, and our products sell out, or at least our original collection sell out as quick as it has. And that ashtray that he brought right now that he showed you, that was a limited edition 150, and that's not even a year old and it's sold out. So again, it's very cool from a sales perspective, going into our website and putting on there sold out. It's been a high for me. It's definitely a high for the folks that we have now, is to have products that are that popular and that are selling out and that are good quality, because that's important as well.
So when you're determining a lounge owner to bring in, do you ever, like, I don't envision you going on the road like cigar reps where you're hitting every lounge in a certain area trying to sell, because people that want to have your stuff, I mean, let's be honest, you are a higher end retail brand.
Exclusivity of the product, yes.
Correct. So do you guys ever, when you're looking at a retail manufacturer to bring into the Opus X Society label, do you have a certain criteria that you expect? And what I mean by that is a hole in the wall guy that's got a 10-foot humidor in his place that doesn't even carry Opus. You would probably be like, okay, but why would you want to bring us in? So do you guys have minimum requirements of you have to sell Opus to bring us in?
No. We have many brick and mortars that don't sell Opus at all. They carry Fuente, which is important because our original stuff, Don Carlos, Hemingway, Grand Reserve, obviously there's a lot of different brands. So clearly you want to look out for the brick and mortars that do carry that cigar. But listen, I'm not going to mention any names, but my first one that I signed up, he doesn't carry Opus. But what does he do? He has a passion for the Fuente brand, and he can sell the product, and that's what I look for. I'm not going to speak for my folks, but this is what I'd like to see. What I told them I'd like to see. Sometimes I go into the store and I don't even say who I am. I just go in to see how the store is flowing, because at the end of the day, the owner could love the stuff, but if the employee is just an employee, is there, whatever, you need somebody who can turn around and tell the story of what our product is, where it comes from. The owner may not be there every single day, but their employees are just as important.
right, important point. When you started that, you don't go to every single because our product is not for that. Very conscious that's our product is not okay. So our product, the process, or maybe not to reach to maybe use this the para. We are my vision is the right people, recruit launches, right boutique, very small boutique. It's very but the intensity of the fans is so high that they are from us. In visit a beautiful cigar lounges around, and they don't move. So we are in the process. Choose the right people. Choose you say Ryan. We got my vision. That's that the Fuente made is sell people. Okay, is have communication with the right people. Okay, this is the new stuff. I got this you. I would love to everyone have, but we are clear. Luxury items for interesting people that they allow to our products. So we are fine with that. It's like every single cigar shop want to have Opus X, but it's not because of it's not the quantity that's every. But our products is for the people that believe in the brand, that is a lifestyle, wearing, using, traveling with. This is the people that we are every day. So it's only 2 years only right here. Beautiful industry. So now, like a 30 something new account. So hopefully next year that account is still alive with us. But like you said, it's, we are blessed that the feedback that we single account that we have now, blessed. This is a blessing feeling. We keeping every single year new stuff, very interesting. Very interesting people.
Absolutely, and that's what makes Opus X Society a exclusivity, right? It's keeping it with people that believe in the brand. It's keeping it with people that believe in that lifestyle. But in reality, more so, it's keeping with people that are hardcore Opus X cigar smokers. And you guys are offering, just like if I was a Michael Jordan fan, I'm not a sports guy. I do love Jordan because I'm from Chicago. And it's about the only bit of basketball I can tell you is when he played with the Bulls. But it's that same way. It's I want to wear a piece of Jordan. I want to wear something with Jordan. So you guys offer that same mentality to the Opus X world of cigar smokers, and that of which I know a ton of people that eat, drink, and breathe everything Opus X. So for them to be able to have an Opus X lighter, an ashtray for their home, a bag for them to walk through the airport terminal or go to a friend's house and present that beautiful Opus X logo is a big deal, right? It's a way for them to show off what they love most inside. But Roy, I do want to ask you. So here we have Skip. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I don't want to be rude. I'm terrible at pronouncing last names. I was able to do Manny Iriarte's last name correct.
That was pretty impressive, by the way.
Which I was
That's a
impressed
pretty-
with as well.
That's a pretty-
Says, why does the
That's a very
Roman
impressive.
numerals on the Zycar cutter go from 11 to 13? Why is the 12 missing?
Talking about the color.
He's talking about I think the question is asking about the new Zycar cutter. That's not one that we came up with. Maybe Manny knows the background, but that's not ours.
Okay,
We
so
didn't develop that color. We didn't develop it.
so that is not a branded Opus X
No, it's not.
Society.
It's not Opus X Society.
No, but this is beautiful color, and it's made. It's numbered, but I know this is numbered because the mold they used a lot of years ago. A lot. When they rebuild, when we the factory, they use it for years and years, and they made that color for very, very important because he says that Don King is a very mystic history about the Fuente family. I think that the guy that can explain to you that is Khalid. This is an extremely awesome point of view that's, and I give it to you, but to show that color is we didn't.
There's a guy who posted on here, and he's right. That came in the collection of the father and son, a collection of cigars. That cutter came in that set. It's beautiful, but it's definitely not ours.
So I do want to ask you guys, Roy or Manny, is there? And I'm just gonna go ahead and straight up and ask it because I don't know, and I'm a firm believer the only stupid question ever asked is the one that's not asked. Is there any sort of product from Opus X Society coming out to commemorate the brand new? I know it's not an Opus X, but the brand new Padron Fuente collaboration. And I'm only asking because it's a rare, ultra rare, super high end collaboration between Padron and Fuente. Were you guys tasked to come out with any commemorative products for that?
I can answer you very, very well because very deep in the design concept of the box, participate in the design of the box, the Fuente Padron. I honor working with both families for a long time, and but answer your question. We don't have any plans and Padron project is a family, is related for the heritage. So it's not related with even Opus X Society, and that we have until now, that I can give it to you, that we don't have any plan until now, right? Related with the Padron Fuente projects. A different concept is important event that both families together made cigar father in in, in an extremely extent, and I'm very very deep in that. But the Opus X Society, yeah.
Okay, so nothing from Opus X Society commemorating, whatever the fucking word is. Uh,
Commemorating?
there you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
Imagine
Commemorating that
if I had
specific.
to say that. Imagine if I had to say that in English.
I can barely speak English, which is why
Let
I
me tell
was
you something.
shocked when
You
I
you
didn't. What?
Ryan, you drinking in the glass. What do you drink?
I am drinking some Axon Oak, which is a Colorado bourbon. My wife and I's favorite Colorado bourbon, and maybe I've had a couple dozen so far, and my tongue is a little loose, and I can't say commemorating. I still can't say it.
But you
Commemorative.
know what? My point it wasn't the alcohol related. My question was that you drink glass in the.
So the glasses that you guys sent me got delayed by UPS. So we are actually doing a really big fundraiser for Rocky Mountain Cigar Show, or I should say for Rocky Mountain Cigar Night, and it's myself, four other lounges, and it's going to be next Friday. And we had a bunch of Glencairn glasses made. So since I didn't, since UPS fucked up our night with me drinking out of your glass, I decided to drink out of a Glencairn, which, by the way, guys, they sell an amazing set of four Glencairn, which I'm sure are much higher quality than what I'm drinking out of. Because my guess is those are the crystal Glencairns, right?
Yeah. So Roy, he gonna receive the Glencairn from us.
He's getting the rocks.
The rock.
Yeah, the rocks, which I am beyond excited for. In every way.
The great thing about it is you're going to be able to experience it from a patron's perspective. So you're going to see the product down to the packaging, because we're specifically very proud of that packaging itself. So when you get it, just let me know what you think.
Well, I'm blown away that you guys sent me those. Very much so. And I, like I said, I'm speechless. I don't. That will forever sit up here, and that will forever be my Fuente glass for my Fuente Friday celebrations that I do. And especially with Manny, with you sending me a couple of those lens. I'm a Lancero. Not everybody that watches the show knows that I am the rarity, in the sense that I ask companies to make Lanceros, and I feel like I'm the only one that ever buys them. So the fact that I
No,
get
this guy on that screen over there, that's his favorite cigar.
Oh, hands down, best size
I'm gonna
ever.
looking for the show. The future you started smoking one that a blue Lancero 20. Okay, I was waiting. I will
so excited.
That way you can drink from the new rock glass while you're smoking that stick. It's going to be awesome.
So Manny, you'll appreciate this. I have a Nikon Z50, which is their brand new mirrorless camera that came out last year. And trust me, when you send me that Opus X Lancero, I'm going to be treating it like it's a model, and I'm going to be taking picture after picture next to the glass, in the glass, on the glass, in front of the glass, sideways from the glass. I am just awestruck that you are going to send me a unicorn like that to be able to try, and that truly does mean a lot. Because,
No,
like I said, I'm a big Lancero guy. I love your products. I actually showed my wife your bag, and she loves the bag. So you guys really do create such a beautiful product, and
Thank you.
it's just it's a great way to just show off that Opus X lifestyle, right? Because it really is a lifestyle, higher quality, higher brand, and it's a cigar geek's dream to really be able to have the products that you guys supply. And like I said, I know several people that are big Opus X smokers that have your stuff, that have your bag. And to be quite honest with you, I was blown away that Roy was watching my show long before I even reached out to him. He'd comment here and there, and it's always just kind of fun. And this community that we call the cigar world is just a really great community, and we do like the finer things in life, right? Like we totally do, and especially the Fuente smoker, they love that Opus brand. So I want to kind of touch really quick, Manny, what is your favorite pairing with an Opus, and what is your favorite cut with an Opus? And then Roy, same question to you.
pairing in alcohol.
Yes.
So is Orange, the Glenmorangie, Nec, Nectar de Oro,
Yep.
Nectar de Oro.
So you're
So
a
this is
Scotch guy
of my,
as well.
yeah, I love this. Also the Hibiki, the Japanese.
Okay. Yep.
I really, and Roy gave me last time of I remember the bottle that you gave me the last trip.
Balvenie.
Belvini.
Oh, the
Balvenie
double wood.
Caribbean
The double
cask.
wood.
The double wood. I think it was
Oh,
15. Yeah.
the Bavini double wood.
I asked him
is
if he's ever
my
tried
favorite.
it, and he's never tried it. So I'm like, yeah, let's get it for him.
Oh, I'm a big Scotch guy. It took me a long time to appreciate Scotch. But Manny, what is your favorite cut for a cigar? Are you punch, V cut, straight cut?
No,
Oh, okay. So you go old school manufacturer style now. Okay.
no.
Well, Roy, same question to you. What is your favorite drink pairing and cut?
Oh God, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me this question. I'm the biggest square on earth. My favorite cut is a straight cut, without question. My
It's
grandfather would turn over in his grave if he sees me cut a cigar with a cutter. I don't drink, guys. So basically, Destino al Siglo Toro is my favorite cigar of all time. Will continue to be. But basically, anything that Carlitos creates, anything, the King Bee, the Queen Bee, the Cuban Bellicoso, you'll always see me with any one of those, the Hemingway. But Destino al Siglo, without question, in a Toro size straight cut, is above and beyond my favorite cigar.
So are you a coffee with cigars, water with cigars, or soda?
This is water.
Okay.
This is
Okay,
water.
water.
I have iced coffee religiously every morning that my wife makes for me, but that's pretty much it. Water, iced tea unsweetened, and coffee. And iced coffee because I don't even drink it hot. And no, Mike Taus, not root beer.
See, I do like root beer. In fact, Abe DeBabna, I don't know if you're familiar with, I'm sure you are at this point. Um, oh, Sean, it's the 14-year Caribbean cask. So,
That
real
one.
quick, just to gloat on Sean a little bit, Sean's the reason why this show exists. So Sean will forever, anytime he comes, will forever have a love with me because Sean actually was one of my big encouragers with creating the show and helping me launch. So Sean to me will always have a special place. So thank you very much, Sean, for watching. Now, my one of my sponsors, Abe DeBabna over at Smokin', I'm sure you guys know who he is at this point. He's really big into root beer, and he actually turned me on to root beer with cigars, but not like A&W or look. Don't give me any credit, Sean. I'll give you credit because you deserve it. But anyways, um, uh, he turned me on to root beer. So honestly, Roy, if you haven't tried a good small batch root beer, not like a Dad's or an A&W or a mug, but like a good microbrew root beer, it really will change your output on root beer with a cigar. It really does go very, very well together.
Sounds good.
Um, so
Well,
what is
You tell Sean if Sean's listening right now that we're due in Colorado the last week of August, and I will
Cigar
definitely.
Fest?
I think Mike Taus and I will definitely
Yep.
be there. So you let him know that we'll definitely pass by for sure, 100%.
Well, he'll definitely be there, and maybe I could be the one to introduce you guys together. But I'm definitely going to be swinging by your place. Now, Mandy, will you be at Cigar Fest?
Trying to do everything to go with, and yes, we are a busy scale right here in Miami. The new stuff, another commitment. I'm gonna do Ryan participate with the group right there in the cigar.
All right, so you guys heard it here. If Manny's not at Cigar Fest, it's because he doesn't like anyone. No, I'm just totally kidding. He's gonna try to be at Cigar Fest. We'll show him a great time. I will tell you if after Cigar Fest you guys are looking for a lounge to go to for your team to smoke cigars, definitely check out Smoking Cave. They have a huge assortment. When I say huge, a very, very nice assortment of Opus X's at that lounge. And I know for a fact Sean would open the doors and treat you guys like celebrities at
That's music to my ears. That's music
so
to my
so
ears.
right here, Rocky Mountain Cigar Show recommendation for Manny and Roy is to go to Cigar Cave or Smoking Cave Cigar Lounge and smoke all of their Opus X's, so Sean does not have any more and has to wait for more to come in. But so, Roy, I want to ask you, who would be a mentor in your life? I'm a big person with mentors. I'm a firm believer that mentors should be the people in your life, especially in a sales guy's life, that are brutally honest to the point where you don't even want to talk to them because you're going to hear everything you don't want to. So, who would you consider in your life to be a mentor in your professional life?
Which one? My current or my past?
Your current, your past,
Um,
somebody inside that you know is going to give you the right information, not what you want to hear.
my father. My father has always been. My father's actually no longer with us. Hasn't been for a very, very, very long time. I am who I am today because of him. My sales background, my personality, everything. I owe to him. Unfortunately, he's not around anymore. He was the one that introduced me to my first smoke, um, and was that guy. And everything I've learned about being with people, around people, how to treat people, how to be professional, and everything was him. Now in this industry, the guy you're talking to on the other screen right now. I've known him for a very long time. I look up to him. He tells me like it is, the way it is. Has taught me a lot. I very rarely do I talk a lot when we're together, unless I'm asked, because I want to hear what he says. He's been around for a long time, and I have a thing to learn from him. So to answer your question, I have twofold. My dad, when he was around, and now the distinguished gentleman on the other end of the screen is the other guy that I definitely look up to, and that I get my advice from regarding this industry. He's taught me quite a bit, and I still have so much to learn.
Now, my guess is like I have life mentors and I have professional mentors. I have about 3 life mentors and I have about 3 professional. A couple of them cross over. So, for you, looking at a mentor that has been in this industry for a while, is it hard for you to accept when he tells you something you don't want to hear? Or do you just like me go, I'm going to bite my tongue, I'm not going to get defensive, and I'm going to learn from what he says?
Without question. I mean, he makes it very easy. Number one, because we have, I can't say a friendship. What we have is more of a family thing since we've known each
Sure.
other for so long.
Sure.
The way he tells me things, the way things come across to me coming from him, is a little bit easier to swallow. He knows better than anybody, as well as Dave does. I'm not a yes man. I'm gonna tell my opinion if it contradicts to what he says and what Dave says, so be it. But they're still going to hear what my opinion is. But at the end of the day, I'm the newbie. I'm the guy who's brand new in this thing. Like I said, and I don't blow smoke. That guy on the other end of the screen, when he talks, I listen, because everything he said so far has been on the money, has been on point. And you have to learn how to listen a lot more of the times than you talk. There's a time for you to express your thoughts, and there's a time for you to listen. But are they going to get 100% truthful for me? Absolutely, 100%. I'm not that guy that says, "Oh yeah, whatever you say, whatever you." No, it doesn't work that way, because I don't think they hired me for that.
Correct.
But
Correct.
that's when things come from him. He knows how I am, so he kind of delivers it in a certain way that is a little bit easier to kind of digest, if you will. But for the most part, his vision is what we all want, not just me, but everybody on our team, and that's why we mesh so well together. Because his vision is pretty much everybody on this team.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
One of the things that I tell, and that's a big testament to you too, Manny, because
Thank you.
let's be honest, it's not very often. I don't have a mentor that's younger than me that I look up to. Like, the fact that you have Roy, who's been in the sales world, looking up to you as a mentor in the cigar industry, that's a huge kudos.
Thank you.
Big time.
Right. Roy, thank you for your words, priceless word, single word that you say about me, but I think it's the experience that he brings for the seller, and experience that I have from the industry. So it's we have so much power, so much intense for it's something that he commands. So that's drive in the industry. My advice is to him accomplishment both together, right? That I have it's totally different of the rest. I think that the experience that I get working with the best and working now with his drive. That's the say that. Okay, this is not for a 24-hour thing. It's nothing. It's an experience by experience. And one of the best access that is Roy, because Roy always positive, for a positive way. Is looking for alternative. So this is priceless for our team. Even if he's a good friend of mine, he didn't get pride. It's impossible. It's the collab and the trust they have. It's impossible. It's impossible. I think we have that for the friendship becoming and that we bring organic. We have a more power, some resolve, because myself, himself.
No, and I agree. It really it brings a leader like you, Manny, brings good people to the industry. And there was something that you saw inside Roy that had you bring him in, knowing that he would do everything that you wanted him to do. So, in closing here, Roy, since you are the head of sales for the Opus X Society, I would like to give you the final minute here. And I'm going to put you on the big screen so you're going to be zoomed in on. But give the elevator pitch, give the short story version, and let people know why to buy from Opus X if they're an Opus X person.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having us on the show. That's number one. Number two, what can I say other than the passion that not only myself but my team bring to the table is the passion that's behind the creative nature of every single one of our products. The passion, the creativity behind the visionary that is Manny Iriarte is behind our product's success. And why the Opus X Society product is because the product stands by the name that it's on. One of the best in the industry, the most sought after cigars in the world. You have to be the best. You have to strive to be the best, from the humidors to the lighters to the cutters to the duffel bags, our leather products, our glassware. Every single thing that we bring to the table is done with the utmost of passion, from the design of the product to the packaging of the product to the people that deliver the product to the brick and mortar. And having said that, the brick and mortar, I'm going to say this ad nauseum, they are 100% priority to us. They will continue to be 100% priority to us 24/7, Monday through Sunday. We will continue to build and create new products and continue to be fresh. Our designs continue to be attention grabbers, conversation starters, pizzazz, beauty. Every single one of our products stands on itself, and they'll continue to do that not only with the collection we just had of the Arturo Fuente collection, but our current new collection of the Opus X Society, which was a huge success at the PCA and will continue to be. once that one's long gone, there'll be others. And we're going to continue to do that year in and year out.
Well, guys, if you are an Opus X fan, and you do not go to the Opus X Society and search what they have, I do question if you are an Opus X fan, because they have absolutely fantastic products. And by the way, Manny just commented on the private chat, but I want to share this with everybody. Sean, he says, thank you so much. Bruce, thank you so much. Mike, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And he really, truly appreciates everybody's lovingness for the Opus X Society. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in. We just lost Roy. There's Roy. Hold on, let me bring him back up. It's behind my camera, so let me move my ugly mug down to the bottom. Thank you so much, Manny, Iriarte, and Roy Viera from the Opus X Society for joining me on this show. It's been an absolutely fantastic show, and here's Sean saying thank you as well, and Max Peters from Maximilian Cigars saying that you're one of the most passionate people in the industry and you're an amazing guy. So thank you everybody very much for tuning in to another live show on the Rocky Mountain Cigars Show. Thank you very much to all the manufacturers.
Thank you, Ryan.
Drew Estate. You're very welcome. Drew Estate, Smoking Cigars, K by Karen Berger, Bam Cigars, Christoph Cigars, and New Air Humidors, as well as the drink that I have been so pleasurably enjoying tonight is by Axe and Oak. Thank you so much for everyone joining the show. And until we see you again, smoke all the Opus you like, smoke whatever you can, and have a great rest of the week. Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much. Very